Hello everyone, welcome to the Simple How To channel. In this video, we'll see about uh, VLOOKUP in Excel. So VLOOKUP in Excel, we know this VLOOKUP is one of the most common used function in Excel, and it basically helps us solve major of the issues which we face in our daily life in school, college, or in offices. So what is this VLOOKUP all about? It looks a bit complicated, but let me assure you, if you get the technique right, VLOOKUP is one of the simplest thing. So let's start. As we know that VLOOKUP works on a table. So how this, let us create a small table now and see like how we can apply VLOOKUP in the table. So let me quickly create a table. Let's say, for example, I create a small table with name of few of the students, okay, and with the marks which they have got. Let's take, or I will just quickly create a small table. Okay, I think we are good with this data because my main motive is to show you VLOOKUP in the simplest way I can. If you get the technique correct, as I said, if you get the technique correct, it will be very easy for you to solve the complex of the thing. So here I have created a table with name and marks. Okay. So what is my main objective here? Main objective is that suppose I enter a name here, okay, and what I should get marks here. Very simple. So how to get this? Okay, uh, let's give a cell one color so that we are clear what we want. Okay, so here suppose I enter a name like Rahul here. What I should get here? I should get here 95. Okay, so how to achieve this? We know in Excel that whenever we start a function, we use equal to and we write the name of the function. Here it's VLOOKUP. You can see the drop down, it has come. Okay, now if you see here, there are 4 arguments here. What you see as a tooltip here is basically the arguments. Okay, so the first argument which here is lookup value. Okay, so the in lookup value, what I can do, I can directly write Rahul, but that's not what we want, right? We want a cell reference. So here the cell reference we have is F2. So as soon as I click here, F2 will come here. Next thing which you see in the tooltip is comma. Okay, so this is how you should use the function for the first time. Okay, next is table array. So what is the table array we have? If you select from here to here, this is the table. From B2 to C7 is the table in which you want to work. Okay. Next, comma, column index. So column index in this table, there are 2 columns. Always remember the first will be 1 and second will be 2. So for as a general practice, what I do, I always start using 1 so that I can be doubly sure that what I am entering, I am getting the correct value. Here, if I enter Rahul, the value which I will get is also Rahul, but that's fine because I will be sure that I'm getting the correct formula. Okay, next thing which what you see here is the range lookup. If you see a bracket kind of thing, it's optional. Okay, but let me explain you what this range lookup is. When you say true, here it says approximate match. Okay, so what is approximate match? That means if that value is not there, suppose not in this case, like suppose you have a numeric value which you're looking for and that numeric value is not there, for instance 65. If you give a approximate match, as the word approximate, it will search the lowest one which is there nearest to 65. Like suppose if there's a value 64, it will pick you the adjacent value of the 64. But that's not what we want here, right? we want the exact match. So we generally use false. Okay. So as soon as you click enter, you can see Rahul has come up. As I said, now I'm doubly sure that my formula is right. What I can do, I can replace it with 2 because marks is my second column. And now when I click enter, you can see that Rahul place 95 has come up. Let's check with few more like okay, like see, you can see as soon as you change the name, the values are changing here, right? So this is a simple VLOOKUP which I have shown you, okay? But things will not be that simple when you are working on actual Excel files or a scenario. So let me quickly show you few of the scenarios which you might face when using a VLOOKUP, okay? Suppose there's one more column here like house. Okay, if you remember in your school days, you must be having houses like blue, green, okay, some random can repeat as well. Okay, I have okay, something like this. So what I have done, I have added one more column here, right? And what I will try to get this column here using the same reference, which is my F2. Okay, let's see here. So how will this be possible? Either I write it again, or if we have this habit of dragging the formulas, right? But if I drag it this way, if you see what happens here, there's an error which is coming. Why? If you open it up, you will see that this cell has also gone down from F2 to F3, and this has gone down as well. The table has also moved. Okay, so this is not the correct way of doing it. So what I am trying to show you here is that if you have this kind of scenario where reference cell is fixed, what you should do, you should uh, use referencing. So there are two kinds of referencing, basically the relative referencing and the absolute referencing. If you drag it simply, it is relative referencing, but I will try to show you absolute referencing here so that you get the correct value here. Okay, so I'm not using it. I will try to edit this one itself. What I can do, if I add dollar in front of the alphabet and the numeric column, basically your column and row, your reference will be absolute. That means it will get logged. So if I use it this way, okay, so my F2 and B2 S7 will be logged. This will be same. If I click here, you can see you're getting a value, obviously because it's 2 here. Okay, so if I enter 3 here, you should get the correct value. But then again, will you get the correct value? The answer is no. Let me show you. No. Why? Because if you see the cell here, I have added a new column here, but this is not there in your original table. So if what I can do, I can simply drag it this way. Again, it will come. Okay, you will get the correct value. But then again, this is also not a correct way, because it may happen that you keep on changing the original data. Your Excel file might be getting changed, updated with new values. So I will quickly show you another technique by which you can give a name to your table and use it appropriately, and you can manage your table name with the changes which you have. Okay, okay. Let's drop this again. And what I will do, first thing is I will select the entire table and try to give it a name. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to select the entire table, then click on the name cell here. Okay, and give a name, like you give my table 1. Okay, as soon as you write a name here, press enter. So if you again select it, you can see it's showing my table 1. What you can do here is, now I'm again editing the same one. Okay, this is fine. This has to be absolute. Here I don't need to use the absolute one. I can see try to write my your basically your table name, and you can see my table 1 has already come up. Okay, so now if you click enter, you can see it's coming fine. You just need to drag it and if you change this column number 3, so you can see this value is coming up. Okay. Now you will ask, if now I again add another column, okay, suppose here I have something like town, okay, and I add randomly, I try to add a few town names here, okay, can be repetitive. Okay. And what I will try to do, I will try to fetch this here, okay, get town. It should be like something like this, okay. Now can I drag it? Obviously not, because if you see, my table is only limited to name, marks and house. So now how to edit this? So what you need to do, you have to go to the tab formula. In this tab, you will see the name manager here. So this is the place from where you can manage the name of the table, uh, the cells which you have tried to name. Here, the cell name which I have given is my table 1, which has a particular range. What you can do, you can simply edit it. Okay. Here you can again change the entire selection, and this name will get updated with the new selection now. Okay, you can anytime delete this name, change the name, or do any kind of activities with this. So if this table is perfect, okay, you can again go ahead, and now if you see, your my table 1 has got updated and it is selecting the entire table, right? So again, you can easily drag it, okay, drag it, you can see all values are coming fine, and you can change the column index number. This will be your 3 and this will be your 4, right? You can see easily everything is coming fine. I'm just trying to show you in different ways so that if you face any scenario, you will be able to tackle. So you see. Okay, so what we have seen here, we have tried to learn 3 things here. VLOOKUP is our main primary thing. I've also tried to show you few things about the name manager and absolute referencing. Okay, so we have tried to see 3 things here. Now quickly let me show you how to use VLOOKUP. In most places, how we use VLOOKUP. Suppose you have a table like this, and you have another table which may have repeated names, like you have a name like this. Okay, you may have repeated values, like let me show you this small example, something like this. And what I want the town should come up here. Okay, so there can be repeated values also here. Okay, so what I will do, very simple, you already know the formula now. It will be equal to VLOOKUP. Okay, the value will be this. Obviously here we are not freezing because the value will change as we drag it. Okay, so we are not going for a absolute reference. Now column index, okay, no sorry, the table array. So the table array, we know we have already given a name, so it's very easy. You don't have to drag it, do absolute referencing kind of thing. You can quickly give a name. Okay, as simple as. So next thing what you have is column index. So for the town, what will be your town? 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth column is your town. So you can give 4, or to make it doubly sure, you can start with 1. You can change it to 4 later. I will use false. You can see. So it's coming up nicely. Okay, it's picking the correct values. Now you can anytime go here, and since we need town, we'll change it with 4 here, and you can see if you now drag it, automatically the correct name will come here and it's picking the town properly. So at majorly at some places you may need to use it this way, okay, where you're changing one particular cell and you are getting the values here, or then you might need to use this table as a source point, and there might be a target table where you need to fill a value. So using this, you can see what we are doing. We are vertically searching the values from here, and that's what we call as VLOOKUP. Okay, keep following my channel because I will be showing you much more advanced form of VLOOKUP as well as related functions like HLOOKUP and index matches. So there are many functions which I will be showing you. Thank you.